Last page under security that we need to inspect and understand is the attacker's page, which is located under runtime. Again, what is an attacker? An attacker is a user that has used the API or a set of APIs in an abnormal manner, in an anomalous manner. That's what an attacker is. Okay. And in fact, if I was to work with an online platform, this will be my go-to page in order to inspect the attackers and their related incidents. That will be my go-to page. The incidents page, like we used it earlier on, you can do the same exact thing, but the same thing can be replicated in a more organized manner, in my humble opinion, by using the attackers page, where we're at right now. Okay. Now, attackers have their own life cycle. Attackers have their own life cycle, and that life cycle can be identified at the very top, where you see an identified 3 attackers. There is different statuses and different states. Think of a state as being the end result of you working and inspecting and investigating a specific attacker, right? The status is everything in between, okay? Unidentified is the state every single attacker enters into the no-name platform. You discover the attacker for the very first time, it's in the unidentified state. An identified state indicates work yet to be done. Everything else indicates that you already have kick-started working with a specific attacker. Okay. Now, there are all kind of different ways to organize and sort your attackers. The risk score is one of those: high, medium, low, and so on. Okay, and this, if you pay attention to the data that I'm presenting to you right now, again, by no means the set of data that I'm presenting to you is exhaustive. This is a very small amount of data, but there is a direct correlation, at least to the data that I'm presenting to you, between the incident severity and the risk score. High severity, high score. Medium, medium. All low types of severities, low severity on the attacker. It's not always the case. I've seen in production grade environments where this changes. Okay, you may have high risk score with medium and low severity items. Okay, keep that in mind. But at least in my data, there is a direct correlation, or a seemingly direct correlation. Okay, all right. Um, there's the recent, and then you have the confidence. And if you look at the confidence, now you have the 93% confidence that the user with this specific identifier is an attacker, right? 93%. Everybody else at 62, 33, and so on. Okay. And of course, all of these are calculated based upon the data that we have seen. Okay. Based upon the data that we have seen. All right. If I was a betting man, if I was looking at these attackers, I will much rather start working with the one that the no-name platform identifies with a confidence, with a 93% confidence of being an actual attacker. Okay, so that's the guy we're going to work with. The other thing I would like to mention to you is that the API with broken object level authorization that we addressed earlier on, it appears right here too. And I can have access to the evidence as well. If I select evidence, I can see the evidence from here as well. So I don't have to navigate. I don't have to go under incidents to see the corresponding incident details, right? Or I can select the row and I can see the details. So in my humble opinion, this way of organizing your attackers and the incidents that belong to an attacker is a much better way to work with, okay? Because you see a more holistic view of that attacker. Now, as soon as you start working an attacker, you probably want to change its state, maybe investigating, right? And of course, you're going to get a pop-up. Do you really want to move it to investigating? Yes. As soon as you do all that, the attacker moves from the unidentified group under the group that you actually moved him under, investigating, right? Right here. And then what you can do is come in here, inspect in a holistic manner all the different incidents, and then take an action. At some point, you may want to block the attacker. We can't block, by the way, because we don't have a prevention, or allow the user by using the allow list, right? User, as you can see, it is the user, it is this identifier, and if I add him, then every single one of the incidents that are still open, they will be set to rejected. Allow list rejected, okay? Or rejected allow list. Every single one of the incidents. Keep that in mind. I'm going to cancel. And with this, my good people, we have concluded pretty much how you analyze a specific attacker. Now, there's another course, NS202, that goes a little deeper with respect to how you go about to analyze an attacker. Because this attacker has additional details. It has like 3 different user agents. It has different IPs, right? So there's a lot more to talk about. Okay? Not in this course. NS202, incidents and findings. And with this, my good people, we have concluded the attackers page and security at large. Okay? Section end.